just want to make a video about the California Contractor's exam. I just took it a couple weeks ago. I did both the law and business portion, and I did the HVAC portion. And I just had trouble finding unbiased info online about kind of the test in general. Like, a lot of it is behind a paywall, and I wanted to maybe help someone else who was looking for some useful info on going into the test. So we'll start in the law and business, and then I'll go into the trade a little bit. But the emphasis of the test is new construction. That's both the trade and the law and business. And on the law and business side, a lot of it is like liens. A lot of it is like just deadlines, a lot of employment stuff. Honestly, for me, it's not very relevant to what I'll be doing starting off, because I will be doing zero new construction. I'm more of the focus of what I've done my whole time in my HVAC career is like repairs, maintenance, and replacing existing systems. So very little focus is given to that side of contractor law. It's more just focusing on new construction, like big contracts, and what's legal, what's not. It goes into public works, so like doing jobs for like government agencies. There's a lot of percentages, like time lengths of how long you have to file certain documents, stuff that I will never be dealing with. And if you are in new construction, it's probably pretty relevant to you. But for me, the only way that I would have, or I think the main way that you would know most of this info is if you worked in an office at some point in your time in whatever trade you're getting licensed in. That's really mostly all I've got on the law and business portion. There's definitely a lot of it is just practical knowledge. Like, anyone could pass certain questions because it's just common sense. And then some of it also is about estimating jobs. Like, they want to make sure the people getting licensed are going to be profitable. So, and not like have a failed business within 6 months to a year. So there's some good info on it, but most of it was not very relevant to me. Moving on to the trade, I don't want to share a ton on the trade, just because I was a very specific trade, and there's a lot of different specific trades. But for my trade, there was a lot of good relevant info, like very specific info that like focused in on things that it is important that you know. But in California, we have Southern California. I live at the bottom in San Diego, and then we have all the way up to Northern California. It's a very diverse state. And I mean, for me in HVAC, it's a very diverse climate. So I'm hyper focused on what's in San Diego, and a lot of the info on there is just more general. And so we have our way of doing things down here, and a lot of the stuff that was on that test is probably more, maybe you would know some of it if you lived in Northern California, but definitely different than what just like I need to sneeze. So yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is there was a lot of stuff on it that I don't deal with at all, but there was a lot more information on it that was also much more relevant to what I am familiar with. I will say the biggest thing, like I purchased like a course. So a lot of these contractor schools, they sell like a package where they help you with your application, and then they supply like study materials, and they help you all, like baby step you along the way. I personally did the application myself, and which if people want me to make a video I can do that, but I don't think that this video will gain all that much traction. But if then I did purchase study materials from one of the websites. The one that I did was Contractor's Intelligence School, and I will say I don't think I would have passed the test without that info. A lot of the questions on the practice tests I got were almost exactly the same as the actual test when I went in, and I passed. I probably would have, so on my trade I needed a 70, and on the business and law I needed a 65. And if I hadn't had the practice tests, I probably would have only gotten like 50% on the business and law portion. And on the HVAC side, I think when I took the practice tests the first time, my average between it all was about 70, so right about a passing grade. But there was a decent amount of questions on there that I wouldn't have probably gotten without. And so I passed both of them on my first try, and I think it's thanks to these tests. I have a contractor buddy who has a theory about the tests that we take for getting a license here, and he said that he thinks that the state licensing board just wants to see that that the people that they're licensing are capable of studying for this material and then taking a test and passing it, regardless of like what info's on it. Like, even though it's a kind of generic and maybe not specific to you, if you're getting licensed in that field, they want to see that you can pass a test. And that way it weeds out some people who either A, aren't committed to it, or B, just aren't ready. So yeah, I guess that's all the info I have about it. I think maybe this will help a couple people out there, just because there's like almost no info that's not being advertised by a contractor school. So feel free, I mean, if you have questions in the comments, feel free to leave a comment and I'll answer any questions that people have. Thanks.